What is going on, guys? Stardust-oneworldreviews here. I'm doing another topics for you guys and such a top of my favorite Disney Channel original movies. Now we're starting to talk about the absolute worst, as I'm going to discuss my top 10 worst Disney Channel original movies. There have been a lot of great ones, but at the same time there have been a lot of bad to terrible Disney Channel original movies, and those are the films I'm here to talk about. Whether it's due to terrible writing, terrible acting, terrible messages, terrible characters, or terrible music, whatever. These are movies, Disney movies that I personally either think are bad or just flat out hate. It's like, these movies are just not good at all. So, not being the bush, let's get into bashing these movies. Kicking out the list at number 10, we got The Swap. There really isn't much else I can honestly say about The Swap, honestly. Like, it's definitely a bad movie, it's definitely bad. It does have some good performances here and there, it does have a couple good elements, but there's no mistake. The Swap is honestly just a very forgettable movie. It's boring, it's highly predictable, not much really happens. All the characters are stereotypes and interesting and even kind of likable at times. It does kind of mean well in certain areas, but again, some I can say about Swap is just pretty bad and forgettable. Coming in number 9, we got Geek Charming. This is a movie I never really liked, and I still do not like it. It's like, this movie is not good at all. Well, I think the one thing that really brings it down to the list is the message of the movie. And it's basically about this girl who basically is a geek and all that, somehow wants to be popular, and he's doing this documentary of this guy who's definitely the best part of the movie. And all that, and she pretty much wants to change herself and all that, and you kind of don't know why and all that. Just, but this one's really it actually could have been interesting and dealt in some things, but it just doesn't do that very well, and it goes for a terrible message about changing yourself and all that. Like, it's definitely not executed as well as it should. How it's far from great, honestly. That's the reason why this movie's on this list, because how terribly executed and handled the messages and how it's presented in the movie. And then most of the characters other than the guy is pretty forgettable. It's very mean-spirited and likable. It's all over the place and all that. It's not that funny either. It's not really going to say other tones, but the message is why I have on this list. Coming in at number 8, we got a movie that I thought was okay at first. It was not my original view of it, but I really thought lived through a time as Teen Beach Movie. And it's not much I'm going to say a Teen Beach Movie either. It's definitely not as good as I remembered it would be. It does have some enjoyable moments, it does have some good songs here and there. But now this movie is just boring, and also my mention do a good job, and they do kind of have decent chemistry, but wasn't really the characters either. Choreography is not great here. Again, there's some good songs, but most of the movie was just bland and forgettable and all that. This film's just not funny. A lot of characters are annoying, especially that Garrett character. Garrett, like, he fucking annoys the hell out of me here. I'm sorry, but he really annoys the hell out of me. This film's boring. Like, Britain has terrible villains as well. I don't know what's meaning at villains, but yeah, Teen Beach Movie is just very forgettable and just very bland. That's the best way to explain this movie, honestly. Coming in number 7, we got Descendants 2. I didn't know there's actually a special coming in October. Yeah, beyond it is, they showed it on Figure Friday at me, and then I'm never not gonna watch it. I'm not enough time for the third movie. I don't know what to do with the third movie, because these two movies aren't that good. Descendants 2, and I think it's a side band of the first Descendants. You'll tap on that in the film a little bit, but Descendants 2, yeah, like, I mean, like the first movie does have some good performances, does have some good musical numbers, but the story doesn't make any sense. It goes through so much logic jumps and you can't take it seriously. Shane McClane does do a great job as Ursula's daughter, apparently Ursula's daughter and all that, and the action isn't that great, it's not exciting, the CGI is terrible, it goes for so many weird directions and odd stuff that go, what? Not that you feel like kind of retcon some things on the first movie, like the lesson that I learned the first movie and all that. And the chemistry isn't there either. There's lots of subplots and things added here that just don't need to be there, just they're just for filler. But yeah, it's not much I can say about Descendants 2. It's a pretty bad movie and it's definitely not worth checking out. And another ways of this great idea that actually could have been interesting, but they do it in a direction that's just not really to its potential. And speaking of which, and I'm safe to get Descendants. Again, the waste of an interesting and creative premise, the sons and daughters of Disney Channel villains, Jafar, Maleficent, like, this had so much potential to be something interesting. They could have done a lot of creative possibilities with it. How they probably shouldn't have done it in they probably shouldn't have tried moving out of the lost, because that actually could have been interesting. That actually could have been a lot more fun. And the fact that it's pretty much on high school drama. Again, a waste of a good idea. Again, like the first movie, it does have some good performances and some good musical numbers and some good songs. Like, song If Only done by Dr. Cameron, who is a talented singer, does do a great job with singing, and the song is often my favorite, the one I come back to the most. But most of the songs are pretty much forgettable, boring, the characters are boring, the acting, one of the most part, pretty much whatever, the CGI action is not that great, and it's very boring, and again, this could have been a great premise. It could have possibilities of amazement. Again, it doesn't do much with it. And now we get to the top 5, which is the meat and gritty of these movies. These are films that I thought he probably would give like near F's to. And coming up 5, we got Teen Beach 2. And even if you actually like the first movie, you can't deny this film really wasn't as good. In fact, I hate this movie. I really hate when I first reviewed it, and I'm still here now. There wasn't anyone music like that actually right from here. Like, again, Ross and Mike Mitchell have proven to be good singers. And they sound very off here. There isn't any song I really don't remember or don't sing about. I mean, That's How We Do is alright, that's probably the best song, that's not really saying much. But other than that, again, the characters are annoying here, they're more unlikable than ever, especially Ross Welch's character, like, something who pulls this movie is like, seriously? How something with me happening was for him, honestly. And you got like characters that just there, and subplots that don't make any sense, and just don't really have much in the movie, and Garrett's still more annoying than ever, and the characters are annoying as hell, and there's lots of aspects of me that really don't make any sense, and when you actually think about it, and there's a thing that happens where you actually think about it and go, wait, what? And the humor sucks as well, the acting sucks, it's almost just terrible all around. Coming in number 4, we got Bad Hair Day. Bad Hair Day. I mean, read about someone having a bad hair day. Yeah, this movie sucks. Like, this movie was I hate it, and like Teenage 2, I hate this movie when I actually reviewed it a couple years ago, and I still do now. Like, there are a lot of story elements and things here that just don't make any sense, that don't add up at all. The chemistry between Laura Morano and Liam Baker don't work at all. I mean, Liam Baker does try, can work like that, but what she works with doesn't really work at all. A lot of stuff happens to me as people because of Laura Morano. Like, a lot of stuff will be happening, and Laura Morano just did something that she decided not to, and it wasn't the ending would have been great, and it's pretty much made a one-dumb decision, and that really doesn't make it like a character at all. humor's boring, the music isn't great, the action is not that great either. Most of the characters are boring. It goes for some typical stuff you expect in any original movie, and typical high school drama, typical high school moments and all that. Then you have typical tropes on certain characters that just really makes it go, oh my god, like, there are a couple aspects here that actually could have, I mean, there are certain things that actually could have been interesting, actually has some potential, but they just don't do much with that. It's a, yeah, I mean, no one's go Bad Hair Day, because, yeah. But yeah, Bad Hair Day, it's not a good movie at all. It freaking sucks, it's boring, it's unfunny as hell, and the characters are boring and unlikable as hell, and a lot of characters are annoying. Like, Bad Hair Day freaking sucks. That's pretty much all I gotta say. Coming in number 3, Adventures in Babysitting, which is a remake of the 1989 film, which starring Chris Columbus, but actually was a fun and entertaining film. This is not that. And Spirit on the super constant, I see him do good. I see him done good performances, but here they're just kind of phoning in, honestly. The kids are very annoying and kind of obnoxious, honestly. The leaps of logic this film go to is fucking insane. It's crazy. That these are boring. What you have to experience doesn't make any sense. The story doesn't make any sense. A lot of stuff happens doesn't make any sense. And what the hell? There are a lot of subplots here that just don't go nowhere. It's one love story about Phil Carpenter and the guy who plays the Indian Bunk. I forget his name, but that kind of comes out of nowhere. It kind of just goes nowhere. The humor is unfunny, the characters are obnoxious and unlikable, you don't really care about any character in this movie. It's very boring and interesting, and who even asked for a remake of Adventures in Babysitting? Yeah, who even asked for this? Exactly. Yeah, this movie freaking sucks, it's boring, it's unfunny as hell, it's poorly directed, poorly written. Yeah, I don't even need a Fresh Babysitting remake, but this film shows that. And number 2, we got the most recent one, Freaky Friday. I woke up with I'm not talking about the song, I'm talking about the movie. Sorry, but yeah, Freaky Friday is my number 2. I mean, you guys know my rating, you guys know how I felt about the movie. I don't explain why I hate that movie. You can check my review of that if you haven't seen it already. But yeah, Freaky Friday. Yeah, I knew it was supposed to be bad, but it was a lot worse than I was expecting. Like it was a lot worse. Like it has some of those unlikable characters I've seen in these shit movies, on the most terrible music, terrible singing and music I've seen in this shit movie. Some of the worst directing, worst writing, the worst story. This film is just terrible on all levels. Yes, why is this not number 1? Well, there's always one movie that always stood out to me as the absolute freaking worst. But before we do get to my worst challenge movie, let's get into some honorable mentions. Movies that still no longer here, but just dim and close, and they are as followed: Zombies, which also came out later this year; Friend Enemies; Twitches 2; Radio Rebel; Sharp-Paced Family's Adventure; Starstruck; Den Brother; Return to Halloween Town; My Mom's Goddamn Vampire; Can of Worms; You Lucky Dog; Invisible Sister; and lastly, How to Build a Better Boy. Those are my honorable mentions. Now, like I mentioned before, there's always been one Disney Channel original movie that always think of me being the absolute worst thing about what Disney Channel can truly do at their worst. And listen, my number one worst Disney Channel original movie is Zapped. Zapped. Yeah. Zapped is my worst Disney Channel original movie, and terrible and atrocious film. Like, I was kind of wrong, although it came around like D- my original view, but now a lot of F. Like the only reason I get is that because of the dancers doing what trying, but they're still not that good here, honestly. Like, I'm good, honestly. They're still pretty terrible characters and terrible, unlikable as well. The humor here works. The actress that plays in, because Zoe one of the most annoying characters I've seen, and the one of the main reasons, pretty much the main reason why this film is higher than number one is kind of stuff why Charming was on my top 10 list, is because of the message. The message is definitely why this movie is number one. Also, how it treats guys. Now, these people things that every guy in the world is being sloppy and terrible people and unlikable as hell and mean and spirited. Like, this is a truly mean-spirited movie. Not just one guy perspective, but a lot of girls as well. Even the dad is kind of easier at times. And you know how they portray men and guys in this movie is so offensive and so just. This is still not a great time. I mean, sure, some of us like this, but we're not total pigs. The pigs, like, how they treat us just. And it's really about an app that makes you. And really about an app that actually lets you control guys. It's so stupid and so friggin' ridiculous. It's insane. It doesn't really make any sense. Like, I don't think it actually is explain why does that is even here in the first place. And the music's not that good either. The dance is not that good either. The choreography is bad not either. The humor is terrible. The writing is off. This movie is just a colossal waste. It's a colossal failure on Disney Channel. This is like this is really what they can do at the absolute worst, and all those reasons alone is why Zapped is my worst Disney Channel original movie. Again, like my last review, that actually felt good. But I guess I hope you enjoyed my top 10 worst Disney Channel original movies. Let me know in the comments down below what your least favorite Disney Channel original movies, what Disney Channel movies that you really flat out hate. Let me know in the comments down below the ones that you truly do like or dislike, whether the top 5, top 10, whatever. Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate. If you haven't, be sure to like this video, be sure to share, be sure to subscribe, be sure to follow all my social media sites, all in the description down below. I am Samuel World from Worldreviews. I will see you next time, and stay cool, everybody. Peace.